Hey guys, it's Palmer here. You can take a screenshot of this to see what happened today. This is the daily profit and loss and orders. It was an overnight hold for GNCA, GVO, AKS, and AMD after hours. This GVO was a small loss, but there was a certain guru that got in also and got out, but I got in before his alert came out, and I got out before his exit alert came out. I can take images of that text if you want to see that for proof. It's you know I don't take that alert. If you're following somebody alert after alert after alert, you're not going to learn anything. So, but I got in and out. Um, so that was a small loss. Cut that because I didn't like what it was doing. But anyway, let's go to the charts for, we're going to do GNCA first. I am watching AMD after hours because I had an earnings beat. I straddled a couple in the money options, the 14s, the call options, the August 24th, I believe. I bought those before earnings. Price was simmering down. So we're going to see how that plays out. But I'm watching this earnings call to see any reaction to it, and I might try to swing this back up after hours if volume comes in. So we'll see how that plays out. You might get a live trade here. Who knows? Anyway, GNC, I got in. This was the runner from yesterday, and after hours, it was a big volume explosion on this stock, okay, for the day. And after hours, it started to tick up a little bit. I took a small 300 share position, and it started getting attention overnight into the morning, and it was moving pretty well. So I dumped that for about 100 bucks or so right there. Again, I was trading conservatively today, and I have to learn. One of my biggest caveats is not holding long enough. So I need to trust what I'm seeing better, and I've given up a lot. I'm just going to leave it at that. So that was the GNCA overnight hold. The GVO trade, this was moving as well. Let me see, they had a development agreement with another conglomerate or something like that, so they were moving pre-market, and I got in when this I'm sure we have, yeah, see, this is a tough one. So, but this previous resistance right here was getting beat. It got taken out pre-market. I'm not a big fan of trading pre-market, but every once in a while. So I gave it some time. It was a small, I believe, 15 share position just because it's pre-market. Nothing's definite. And at the morning opening, it tried to make a move. It did a little spike here, came back down, and then it kind of, it held on a little bit. This is actually a better, hindsight's always right. But a move in pre-market, then the dip down, but it's holding the pre-market move. Then you should look for volume to come in. This was a bad play. I should not have, I'm going to be trading pre-market less and less and less as time goes by, even though I don't do it a whole lot to begin with. But I'm not even logged into Interactive Brokers at the moment. But anyway, this was a better dip to look for. So, but I got out. I think I lost, 25 bucks or something on that. So 28 bucks, and that's with commission. So not too put out about that. Just get out if you're not sure. AKS was one that they had good numbers. And I was in and out of this a few times. Let me look at AMD real quick. Let's see what's going on here. So, all right, I'm going to pause this. All right, we're back in the action. Okay, AKS, I'm just watching AMD right now. AKS, I was in and out of this a couple times during the day. It put in some moves pretty quick, and as usual, I should have held longer than I did. Somebody, beat me over the head. But when you're trading conservatively, you take what you can get. But my initial buy at AKS was 2,500 at this this bar right here, this strong push back up to the high, and it's a higher cap stock. So these move a little bit differently than the lower floats because they could be cents at a time, 5-10 cents per bar versus 20, 30, $1 per bar of some of these low floats that you see. So I've got to switch my mentality sometimes, and sometimes I forget about all the rules that I need to have tattooed on my brain. But got in at 2,500 shares here. It moved up kind of quick. I know 4 cents isn't a lot, but I dumped 1,500 shares 4 cents later, and then the remaining 1,000 shares on the next bar because it was knocking on. This wasn't resistance. Had a pretty good decent amount of volume coming in, but there was 1,000 shares riding out there, and a big move down would have wiped out that initial gain. So my thing is, if I try to break up my exit, if I'm scaling out, in other words, I never let that remaining percentage eat into the initial profit when I first scaled out. So if I've got $200 locked in and I'm holding something, I'd rather get out it even on that remaining versus that remaining starting to eat away at that initial 200. So call me chicken, but if the money's in the bank, I'm going to do what I can to keep it there. So that's what I did right here. Okay, re-entered at 843. Let me move. Can I move this? Re-entered at 843, which is right here on this big push of volume. I got 843 is right here, and it's a matter of, let me see, no, right here. Matter of, reading level 2 and seeing how things are going on. So when your sellers are getting taken out, there's a good chance that price is going to continue from there. So on that exit, the first 1,500 lot exit was at 845 because again that was a quick move. Locked in something, lock in what you can, and I gave the other 1,000 shares a little bit room to get out of that up here at around 660. So we took some more out of that, and that was it was a round or big push number at this area, and you can see it was having trouble. And you can see it in level 2. If you got to study level 2, you can see the moves coming in or how they're setting up. So this is when I got out. Things flattened and they came back down. So again, I don't like giving stuff back. What I didn't like what I did was at the end of the day, I kept watching this, and it had been riding, just above the VWAP at this 660 area. All right, and I was looking for a strong breakout of that long downtrend line. Not even a real downtrend line, but it was having trouble breaking. So small shares at the end of the day because just wasn't sure about which way things were going to go. So 600 share entry on this break coming through. Got in at 676. So again, it's the way level 2 is setting up when you see it happening. And I should have given, as usual, this, the 670 was dead support all day long after this, this initial move started. And this is one of my things. If when I saw the selling coming in, it was all these bars in a row of sell, little push up, this is these long tails are not good in a bull. Well, this little trend up, this is the shorts or the sellers pushing it back down, and then more sells. So this is a pretty good rush of selling right there, and I was thinking that 670 was going to give way, which it didn't. It kept holding, and the move happens towards the end of the day. Now this is kind of 15 minutes towards the end on a higher cap stock. It might have a little bit trouble moving at the end, but this put in 15 cents or so, and then ran another almost 20 cents after hours, but you don't know this is going to happen. So this was, I'm not going to re-enter a high cap stock late in the day because there's too much volume that has to get filled with all the orders going through. But so gave it a shot. So that's what we did for the day. It was about 300 and change. We're going to see how the AMD plays out to see what's going to go on here, because these were very good numbers and they had very good outlook. I need to redo these fib numbers, but this might gap open, and this stock has been in the past. This is going way back. It's been up there, but this might have a chance to get up to close to, if they can break this, if it gaps open, $16, $17, maybe $18 a share. I'm holding that 14 strike call, and we'll just see how that goes. So the 14 put is probably going to, it's going to probably have no value at the end of the day tomorrow or whatever. But if you're going to play this tomorrow, depending on where this ends up during the day, these larger caps on good earnings, if they gap up, they tend to gap up and just stay there during the day. All right, at some point later, they might dip down a little bit, but it's going to be hard for this. This has already moved $1, almost $1.50 after hours, and it's not done yet. So what I'm looking for, if I want to get in on this, there's a few things going on here. Come on. So it's working on a triangle breakout right now, but again, I'd like to see these big volume pushes come through. So it's already up big already, but anyway, we'll see what happens. So that's what happened for today. Again, it's conservative trading. Sometimes it's too conservative, but I lock in what I can, trying to protect my funds and never have to reload your account if you lost money trading. Well, I have had to do that years and years ago, but I'm over that, just trying to keep things status quo. That's it. Today was a tricky day. Not much happened really big move wise as far as the small caps go, but there were a few movers, but the volume was kind of wishy-washy. So either way, we'll see what happens tomorrow. You guys take care. Peace.